put the F back in wrestling.
Elbow drops and lariats from the top rope. You can't cope. The F'N Wrestling podcast in the house. Now that's dope. Starcade and SummerSlam all rolled into one. Drop kick, sleeper holes. 1, 2, 3, done. Whole mics like Mean Gene and Gordon Soley. I'm Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with that Crockett trophy. So listen closely as we approach the final hour in an instant. Hands raised, crowds phase without the time limit. F'N Wrestling podcast with that ultimate finish. Suplex, now you end it. Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the show. Let's go.
Word up, man. So yeah, man, there's some interesting things going on.
I know, dude. It was a interesting week of wrestling, to say the very least.
Good week of wrestling, man. A lot of good stuff going on, man.
Where would you like to start? NXT.
My favorite thing of this whole week.
Hit me with it.
The Adam Cole Finn Balor match.
Dude, that was pretty. That's the definition of pretty. And you know what's even better? You know what makes it all the better?
What's that?
Finn Balor is a two-time NXT World Heavyweight Champion. And doesn't that just feel right?
I'll take it.
Doesn't that just sound
good. It feels real good.
He's my favorite NXT champion. And that's like NXT is one of my favorite brands, dude. That's what got me when I was getting back into wrestling, like after my lull of not being a fan through like the Ruthless Aggression era and the rise of John Cena and things like that. NXT was like my gateway back into it. And Finn Balor as champ is what I knew. Like he had that awesome ladder match on SummerSlam weekend, I think in 2015, 2016. And it's him.
Kevin Owens?
It's him and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And it's just this epic match. It's the first time I ever saw the Demon. And that Demon character.
Yeah, I think so. That was my first time too, yeah.
Dude, it's just amazing.
No, that Demon, that was the coolest. That's one of the coolest alter ego characters there are.
I mean, just all the times he would break it out for that extra. I need that extra boost. It just looked cool, man.
Yeah.
It was a gimmick. Like right when they got into it, it was going, neat. And now he's world champion. He's back in there, and I really hope they give him a long reign with it.
Right. I like So when you said your favorite NXT champion, I just immediately just kind of went through them, and I want to say like that little stretch with Tommaso Ciampa, man, that was some fun shit. That was some good shit. I loved him in that little stretch.
Tommaso's like one of the better characters NXT's ever produced, though. He's a great wrestler, all in all, too. I mean, he's just so good. He's like bald head, massive beard. He's the Blackheart, and just Goldie. The way he would just like clutch the belt to his chest.
Tommaso Ciampa just cherished it.
Belts are props. Wrestling's theater, belts are props. They're the prettiest props. They're the props that you want to mess, but they're a prop nonetheless.
Yes.
But you have to make that prop mean something. And Tommaso Ciampa made that belt mean something.
I think we said the last episode. I mean, the person don't make the title doesn't make the champion makes the title.
Yeah. I mean,
that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Once you're the champion, it doesn't mean nothing. You got to get it over. You got to make people believe. You got to become a credible champion.
I mean, it's what happens when they throw the belt on someone you don't buy, like Jinder Mahal. Like, everything's right about Jinder. I like Jinder.
I like that.
But it was just one of those like slingshot too quick.
It was just out of nowhere, just the way he came back and was fit. It was like Vince rewarding his hard work.
Oh yeah, it's like look at the natural human growth hormone, right? I mean, we can't give you steroids, but we can give you all the human growth hormone.
Right. We can give you the stuff that you already grow inside of you.
Yeah. But no, getting back to it,
what else?
Finn Balor, getting back to it, Finn Balor being champion is dude, it's just like a right step. I hope he has a long reign with it. I mean, I don't think there's anyone on the roster right now who could take it from him, and I hope he holds until Karrion Kross comes back.
That'll be fine. I'll be fine with that. I'll be fine. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun to watch Adam Cole chasing for it.
That's going to be cool too. Immediately.
That's going to be fun.
I don't want to see Adam Cole get called up because I don't, Undisputed Era is doing their thing. I really like them in NXT, but I could see them raining on Drew McIntyre's parade pretty soon, like they did in TakeOver. Like that's how they brought in Adam Cole and Roger Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish.
Yeah,
it was at the end of a TakeOver, and they jumped Drew McIntyre after he took the belt off Andrade.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it was like, hey, congratulations, you won. Right. Here's a beatdown.
Here's a beatdown for you winning the belt.
Because, Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, baby. Definitely. What else? What stood out to you this week?
Yeah, the best man is now all elite. Miro? I mean, that's just
that was cool, man. That was cool.
Dude, I liked it. I like the name. I like how they brought it in because I like Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford.
I'm a fan of Kip.
Wrestling
He's
such a
grown
trope.
up.
And I mean,
he's
grown up. Go back to the old name, Rusev in WWE, who's been there for 10 years.
Yeah.
How many weddings? He had Lana's wedding and then like the Bobby Lashley thing. So it's like, oh, hey, we're playing off that.
Right.
He has a good look. I mean, I know he said he was going to retire and do Twitch channels, but I'm glad he wasn't because he has so much to offer. They just WWE never pulled the trigger on this great heel character they had. Mm-hmm. And if AEW's proven anything, it's showing that going, oh, so you thought this guy was just like a part-time player? Well, he's a star. Look at Brody Lee. Look at John Moxley. Look at the little bit we've seen out of Pac. Like everyone who's gone over there has done such great work. Jake Hager even is like, Jake Hager is so over with me.
Yep.
And he's barely says a promo. He's just like this awesome muscle in the inner circle. So
he just sits there and slicks his hair back all the time, the whole time.
So I'm just
to do that.
And him and Chris Jericho have officially entered the tag team.
That was cool.
That's cool. We'll get back to it, man. Mira comes out with this great name. He's Kip Sabian's best man, and he's the best man. I think cool. I'm excited about that. And then all of AEW, I thought Brody Lee had a really good match against Dustin Rhodes for the TNT title.
That was a good match.
I was a big fan of that. Yeah, dude, it was a really exciting week. And, so I think for the second time, AEW pulled over 1 million hits in the ratings.
Yeah, so, that's really cool, man. That's good.
I'm happy for that wrestling is strong and alive, and there's an audience and people want to see it, which is.
And there's there's different wrestling, and it's not just WWE, and people are tuning in.
Exactly.
And you have options. You got that. You got Impact. Everything's good with that. Everything's good. New
coming over here. I mean, they just announced I don't have the list in front of me, but they announced who's everyone competing in the G1 Climax.
Yeah,
which is
I saw the picture of it. Yeah,
Naito's in it.
Good.
Naito's in it. Jeff Cobb's in it.
Definitely.
F'N Wrestling would like to throw a salute out to Tetsuya Naito for just being all around badass.
He's just amazing. All right, so speaking of jumping around to all these different places, by the way, I'm JR, that's Chase. If y'all didn't know, thank y'all for joining F'N Wrestling.
Congratulations, and thanks for listening to this many episodes.
Definitely. So yeah, we're jumping around all over the place because this week we're going to finish up and create
our own
factions.
That's right. Last week,
we
talked about our favorite staples, our favorite factions. And this week, ladies and gentlemen, we make our own. We're going to pull from different talent from all over every roster we can think of.
A little fantasy booking. Fantasy booking.
Yeah. Fantasy booking. We're going to take people from AEW. We're going to take people from WWE, NXT, New Japan, Impact, the Indies even.
Right.
And, we're just going to put them in what we think would be awesome factions and just kind of like do some fantasy booking and see if you enjoy it. So here's something different.
You mentioned the Indies. I can go ahead and guess where you're going to go with the Indies.
Oh yeah. We're going to. Do you want me to start with one? I got one I can start with if you want.
Let's do it.
All right, man. Well, if we're going to go for the Indies, I have become obsessed with Warhorse. Man, the guy is just amazing. His in-ring performances are top notch. He has a solid finisher of like the double stomp to the back when his opponent's bent over. It's like a bent over coup de grace in a way. But his presentation, his character is all there, man. I'm just all over it. He paints his face. He comes out like a smaller version of the Ultimate Warrior and hits nothing but power moves. He's incredible. So I really
it's so funny. That's the funniest thing about it. Is he's a little dude, but he does power moves.
Yeah, dude, and he sells it. I mean, that's just the
and he does them well.
He's not the biggest guy, but his character is the strongest guy.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think they say he's 4,000 pounds of heavy metal. I'm like, and I buy it because he's portraying the character, and it comes across that way. Warhorse, if you somehow see this. F'N Wrestling wants an interview with you. Come do an interview.
You're a favorite. You're family of the show.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. You are a favorite wrestler of F'N Wrestling. Please do an interview with us. But I built a faction for him that I called the Wasteland Warriors.
That's perfect.
Right? I mean, don't you just see that? It's like that awesome cartoon comic book character group. Yeah. And I team him up with, if he's Warhorse, he needs War Machine. He needs Rowan and Hansen just running around in face paint and shoulder pads, just backing them up as a bunch of badasses.
Yeah.
And I mean,
not the War Raiders.
Not the War Raiders. Not the Viking experience. Not this
yeah.
watered down WWE bullshit that we're getting.
Yeah.
Some real New Japan style War Machine. They were amazing. Dude, when they got signed to NXT, I went and watched a lot of their roster stuff, and they're awesome. They are just a hoss bunch of big guys who can throw each other. And Hansen is athletic for a man his size. That cartwheel spin he can do is insane.
Yeah.
For a guy,
the ladies love A-Bar. That's the phone with now. Yeah, the ladies love A-Bar.
I love it. But also, I have one more member of this group.
Okay.
I wanted to throw in for diversity's sake, Rhea Ripley.
Perfect.
I think she's like the Furiosa of wrestling. Perfect. I mean, she has the spikes. She already rocks the cat eye contacts to the ring. Her whole mentality is like punk rock and badass. Badass.
Yeah.
I think those four as a faction would just like decimate the indies, and any company that would be lucky enough to get those four.
That's impressive.
Have a badass face faction right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be even that cool thing on like on particular pay-per-views or something like that. Rhea Ripley could rock out her own like face paint.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Kind of like how
they all have pay paint.
Yeah, they all just come out and they're just like, yeah, this is like war paint. We're ready
for war games type deal. Yeah.
Like when Luger teamed with Sting and they would both have the face paint. That was always really cool. Yeah. So, that's my first group, man. The Wasteland Warriors.
Since you went
and Rhea Ripley.
That's perfect.
I thank you.
That's perfect. So I really like that one. That's cool. Now shouts out to Warhorse. He's awesome.
Warhorse, please.
Since you went kind of dark with yours, I'll go to a dark place, if you will.
Hit me with a dark one.
I don't have a name for him.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start it off with Aleister Black.
Dude, great
guy. Start it off with Aleister Black.
I mean, if you're going dark, like a Ministry of Darkness, Aleister Black. Yeah.
Perfect. Ministry. This is my Ministry of Darkness type group here.
I love that gimmick.
Aleister Black, then Pac. Throw him in there.
The bastard.
Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. And I want dark Alexa Bliss.
Oh yeah, dude! Like full on, like almost
like full on, just dark villainous Alexa Bliss.
They might be going somewhere.
Kind of where I think they're going to be headed with her now. Yeah.
Dangerous Across, dude. That'd be awesome. Yeah. I'd be really down if she's
going to be able to play that role very well.
Well, I mean, she already plays so many good things, and she's such a horror fan. As I think I mentioned when we did our favorite female wrestlers, she was on my list.
Yeah.
She has like customized
you
costumes that are like horror based. She's had like a Child's Play Chucky one. She's had a Freddy Krueger one.
That's awesome.
And I mean that's just, I'm a horror nut and a wrestling nut, so that just goes right from my heart.
That's perfect. She's got
dude. I like that group.
Yeah, no, thank you.
That
Word up. Yeah, what's another one you'd like to see? What's another one you'd like to see?
Okay, here's one. I like Evolution. You know, when it was Triple H, Randy Orton, Batista, and Ric Flair. You know, you had that old vet bringing in like the new guard.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have an opportunity to recreate that in WWE right now with NXTers who have moved up the roster, taking on the roles of Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton. And you have Triple H take on the Ric Flair role. I mean, he already sees himself as that. Ric Flair was his mentor,
pretty much there, yeah.
Apprentice to Ric Flair in all those ways. So it's only right that he's the heir apparent to do. I'm the veteran of the new Evolution.
Right.
And I mean, I'd like to see it built from like former NXT champions. So the three I picked, it was a 4-man group. Just for some reason, Evolution was the 4 Horsemen without calling it the 4 Horsemen. Like they wore suits, they were out the finest attire, they rode limousines, they had their own private plane.
Yeah.
They just didn't pull the trigger. I don't know if it's more like Vince McMahon going, just WCW, screw that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Probably.
It's
not my idea. It's not my idea, so I can't. So can't give them a ode.
Never mind.
Yeah.
But the 3 I have is I have Andrade Cien Almas. It's filling in for the Randy Orton role. You know, the Viper, that Tranquilo style. It kind of like mirrors each other. You kind of like set him up ready for striking. He's like that laid back, cool mentality. And Andrade just needs something, that final push. He's world champion material.
He's the shit. I love Andrade.
So I would love to see him get this big push, rolling with that Triple H. You just start to see it all the better. To take on the Triple H role of like, hey man, the big badass, you're world champion, you're keen on high, you're barbarian warrior, is Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
I mean, the Scottish assassin would just be so cool to see take that on.
Scottish psychopath.
Psychopath. That's it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, he just has that Triple H vibe about him, like going, dude, you're world champion material. You can easily, barring an injury, be with that company for the next like 5 years, holding that role down. Yeah. I think it'd be really cool to see him take that on. And I like Drew McIntyre. He's good on the mic.
He's good, man.
He's one of those people who can play silly and still come off tough.
He can pull it off, yeah. He can pull it off.
Like Roman Reigns, it never quite hit right of going, you're silly. Seth Rollins, you're silly. Drew McIntyre, it's like going, dude, it works. And I can't tell you what it is, but it's just funny how wrestling works with people.
Right.
But final spot for taking the Batista, this is the one I'm the most happy about because I would love to see this wrestler take this role on. Like the beast of WWE.
Okay.
Shayna Baszler.
Wow.
Just thinking about her walking out of there with Andrade, Drew McIntyre, Shayna Baszler, and Triple H. Like almost like a new Horseman.
That's badass. I like it. I
love Shayna Baszler.
She's incredible. She's incredible.
Of every one of the new modern people of NXT, she's like, I always forget her, and then it comes to me. It always occurs to me that I went, no wait, Shayna Baszler. She puts on amazing matches, like the aura she brought about.
All her matches are good. She's always good.
She's way better. To me, like she came in NXT around the same time Ronda Rousey came into WWE, and I was way more impressed with Shayna Baszler than I ever was Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey put on amazing matches. That's not to say anything, but
she was great.
I felt like for the world of character building, being able to play these things, to understanding what the business of wrestling is.
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler just got it better. It just clicked quicker with her. But she was able to play a heel, which is a lot easier than having to be
a face. Having to be a face. Because Ronda had to come in to be a face.
Absolutely.
She had to.
So that that's an uphill battle that she had to face. But again, so my new evolution.
Okay.
Triple H as our veteran, with Andrade Cien Almas as our Viper, Drew McIntyre as our Barbarian King, and Shayna Baszler as the Beast.
I like it.
Quite proud of it.
I like it a lot. That's a good one. That's another good one, man. This is awesome.
Dude, this is fun.
This is part of the F'N Wrestling that we're trying to put back. This is the fun.
This is fun
in wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
If you're listening to this is just what's up. Go about our business. Is like our offices, like we're across the office, and there's all these times we're just like busting in there and oh, dude, y'all listen. How about this? Or what?
How about this? What about this? But yeah,
as a matter of fact,
cool. Go ahead.
If I can, since we're talking about that, can I hit you one real quick? I know this one's probably on your list. I think this is the group that started F'N Wrestling.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it for sure.
This was the one that started. As me and you had that great idea of going, WWE needs to do this with these three guys,
right?
And it'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe and the authors of Pain.
It's perfect.
It writes itself. Perfect. Those three big guys, Samoa and Joe is world champion, and then as the WWE tag team champions, it'd be perfect.
That would be some dominating shit, yeah.
And it just
that would be absolutely dominating for sure. But yeah, so all right, so let me bring in another one here.
Hit me with it.
I'll try to be a little quick with mine. I'll try to be quick with it. I'll go with so I kind of wanted to go with I'm gonna call it, the name is Legacy. I don't know if there's already been a Legacy group or whatever. I don't know. I feel like there might have been.
I think it was like Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase Jr. and Randy Cody Rhodes.
Okay. Well, I didn't see them, so I apologize. So I'll take that name out of it. So there's no name for it. Whatever.
They fell apart.
But it's all about their tradition, the carrying on family tradition in wrestling.
Yeah.
Second or third generation wrestling.
That's cool.
So
there's so
with Randy Orton.
That's one of the cool things about wrestling, man. They're like thick with blood, with family.
So much bloodline. So I'm going with Randy Orton to start it off.
Yes, you got
Charlotte Flair is my number 2.
That's nice.
Running the show. She's the shit. She's the enforcer.
Nice.
The Usos.
Oh, dude, I love these. They're like the one good tag team WWE has. I'll give them credit for the Usos.
They're good, man. They're really good. They're one of the best tag teams ever.
Now, if they could just get out of there.
Yeah, they could. We'll see. But yeah, that's my quick little legacy kind of.
I like it, man. 4-person group, the Usos, the Charlotte Flair, and Randy Orton, dude. That's badass, man. They could hold everything and be dominating.
Definitely. All right, what you got?
What I got? I got one I think would be fun. This is a shorter group. It's another one that we've thrown around. It's a 3-man group that's just for fun that I think we might be getting in AEW. That's Adam Page and FTR, forming a little group that I like to call Cowboy Shit.
Cowboy Shit.
I mean, that's just what Adam Page says. Like, I'm just going to go out there and do some cowboy shit. Fit. And they're all 3 like Southern wrestlers. Like they kind of just fits with them all the way through. Yep. I think that could be the push for Adam Page to really like become the world champion. It's in him, man. Right. That guy, I was not a fan of Adam Page when AEW started, or even in New Japan. But over the course of this first year, his run in the tag team division, them giving him that Austin, I drink beer all the time. But we've actually seen the downside of going, oh yeah, man, I'm out. I'm drinking beer all the time. I'm exhausted and drunk in the rain. It's not working out for me. Right. And it's been really cool storytelling, and the stuff he's doing on all Being the Elite has been really cool. So that's just a short group I wanted to throw out there. Okay. Cowboy Shit. Hangman Adam Page and FTR.
That's a good one. That's a good one. This will be
Dax Harwood.
I'll throw a little fun one out there. I like to call them Boss Party.
Okay.
I call them Boss Party.
I like it.
The leader of it is Leo Rush. All right?
I dig it.
Leo Rush is my leader.
I hope that guy gets back.
Swerve Scott is my number 2.
Dude,
Swerve
that guy
Scott is my number 2.
That guy
so talented.
I'm watching the most talented world champion right now, and they're just sitting on money with that kid. He's amazing in the ring.
So good, man. So good.
On the mic. I don't know why. Ever since NXT signed him, or WWE signed him and they put him in NXT, I've just been kind of like sitting back going, okay, when is Swerve Scott going to start?
When you going to let him loose?
When's Isaiah Swerve Scott going to be that like character we know him of?
Yeah.
All right.
He was the shit. Shane Strickland, like you said, Shane Strickland, he was the shit. He was the dude. Yeah. So Leo Rush, Swerve Scott, Private Party is my tag team.
Nice.
Sasha Banks is with him.
Someone had to make him the
boss. Time. Boss
I would love that, man.
That would be a fun that'd be a badass little group, you know?
Yeah. That'd just
pretty
be
fun.
It'd be one of those weird things where like it's like Private Party has to go heel for that because everyone else just worked so much better heel, I feel. Yeah. Especially Leo Rush and Sasha Banks. I could see them just being like so heelish together on the mic. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
I got one for you.
Okay.
I call this one Mercenaries for Hire.
Ooh.
And I
like it.
It's a 4-person group led by Marty Scurll.
Okay.
The villain himself. You know, it's almost like a take on Villains Inc. Where he's like, hey man, we do your dirty work for you, Governor. And he teams him up with the Butcher and the Blade.
Oh, I love Butcher and Blade, yo. I love it.
Tag team, man. They're that great tag team that's always a threat. They don't need to win. They always look strong, but they can count the lights, and it doesn't matter against them. Right. I love the gimmick. I like the fact they don't have names. They're just the Butcher and the
Blade.
They don't even have a tag team name. It just works.
It just works.
So I'm a hard nut, man, and the mask that Blade wears to the ring is the mask that the villain in the movie Nightbreed wears. And so I geek out so hard of going, that's so cool. Oh no, that's not the one he wears now. He wore that on the Indies. My mistake. I was just thinking about that. On the Indies, he wore the one. Now he wears this like button-eye gimp mask. That's still cool.
It is cool. It is very cool.
He would wrestle in it. That's getting off subject. But yeah, Butcher and Blade is the tag team, but I would team him with Darby Allin as well and make him the 4th. I mean, so it's Marty Scurll, Butcher Blade, Darby Allin. These are all like the punk rock goth-looking kids who would just or the goth kids who were like smoking under the bleachers in high school.
Right.
So, but the whole thing is to get Darby Allin over as an uber face. He was the one who would clearly like, I don't really like the underhanded ways we're doing this. He's all about it for a while of like, hey, we're just beating up all these guys who are just pompous and assholes. But now he's trying to see in the error of the ways, and it's this way to build Marty Scurll as his ultimate heel. You build Darby Allin to go up against them, and Butcher and Blade are caught in the middle. So it's this way that Darby has to go through all three of those two guys and maybe a handicap match or one-on-one.
To
get his way to take on a match.
Get his way. Okay. That's cool as shit.
I would just like to build that, and they're all just Marty Scurll and Butcher and the Blade would just be really cool walking the
perfect. That's a good little match. It's a good little mix. It's good. It's good straight.
Initially, I had Pac in there. But I like Marty Scurll.
The Bastard, the Butcher, and the Blade.
It just the alliteration game alone was
perfect.
But Marty Scurll's character just worked that little extra bit for me Plus, I like Death Triangle too much to want to break them up.
Which should be
Death's
Triangle. Death's with the S triangle. But
Death Triangle.
We digress.
You know what? That is an episode for a future date.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So I got a couple more, man. Just a couple more. All right.
What you got?
This one is one of my favorite ones. It's not my absolute favorite. I'm gonna save my favorite. Well, I'm gonna save my favorite. All right. So I'm gonna go with this group here.
Mm-hmm.
They're called The Bloodline. The Bloodline.
You already won me over. It just sounds tough.
All right. So we got Roman Reigns to be the leader of it. Roman Reigns is the leader.
Perfect.
Jacob Fatu is my number 2 and enforcer.
Done.
No, he's the number 2.
Yeah, no.
IC champ, just whatever.
Mention Jacob Fatu. I'm there. Love Jacob.
Gorillas of Destiny. Gorillas of Destiny is my tag team.
Oh man, I know what you're doing.
Nia Jax is my enforcer. She comes in and wrecks shop.
Dude, that's so bad.
But they have a manager, and it's gonna tie it all together. Paul Heyman.
Oh.
It just works. It just works. Since he's with Roman now, he was with Roman's dad and uncle back in the day. Dude. You know what I mean?
Like, he has that tie to it. He's close to the family.
It makes
sense.
Dude,
and it's all the Samoans. I love that.
And they're all Samoans, yeah.
Dude, no, it's even better. No, it's even cool with that. No, you know who can walk out with him to the ring?
Ooh.
Haku.
Oh, come on.
I mean, just think.
Why not?
That's scary.
Why not?
That's scary right there.
Yeah.
I mean, Haku is scary. I love reading wrestler stories.
Just hearing stories about him, yeah.
He's a monster. He's the
most badass dude.
Yeah, he is the scariest man alive. People, if you don't know who Haku is, please go read stories. He bit off a man's nose. He's like slapped people's teeth out. He's like ripped a man's eye out. He is a legend.
It's crazy. Good shit. But yeah.
Dude, I love that group,
The Bloodline. The Bloodline. They're all Samoans. Yeah. Love it.
So speaking of bloodlines,
it's one of my favorites.
I was playing with that bloodline. I kind of made a different one for myself. This is an existing group in MLW, but I moved some parts around.
Okay.
So MLW has their own formation of the Hart Foundation.
Right.
And that is Davey Boy Smith Jr., Brian Pillman Jr., and it's Teddy Hart.
Okay.
They kind of do some really cool stuff. And you have Flying Brian. You have Flying Brian's son, who's like the high flyer, that awesome mullet.
Beautiful mullet.
Davey Boy Smith Jr. is the muscle, and Teddy Hart's a lot of talent, but he's too much trouble. I don't know if you look into him. He's great in the ring, but he just has lots of drug habits. He kind of he does unsafe spots and doesn't.
Heard a little bit about it, yeah.
So I would replace him with Natalie Neihard. And just have her be like the new leader of the team with Davey Boy Smith Jr., who's her cousin.
Right.
And Brian Pillman, who's a close family friend. Mm-hmm. But you'd have it being led by the manager, Bret Hart.
Oh, dude.
And it's the new Hart Foundation. It's like Natalie's like the technician. She's the new hit. She's the hit woman. You know,
she's the hit woman.
She's, nasty Natty Neihard. Teaming up with the muscle, Davey Boy Smith Jr. Then Flying Brian Pillman Jr., and then you just sit back and go, we're the new Hart Foundation. We're here to rule and take belts. And then Natalie can dominate the women's division. And then Davey Boy, you have the juniors just take tag titles. And it would be so cool.
Oh, man. That would be cool as hell. That would be
the new Hart Foundation versus your bloodline would be like epic family versus family.
Ooh, family versus family type shit.
That would be some good storytelling, man.
That'd be some great
I would love that. So, yeah, man.
That would be cool.
Look at us.
All right, but I got like three more.
I got 3 more. Yeah, I got 3 more I'm willing to share.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
I don't need long explanations because I have one that involves Danhausen in the Dark Order, and it's a face turn, and I think I could take up an episode alone just explaining it.
Okay.
It's pretty cool, people.
That's
Danhausen in AEW. Get up with me. I have an idea.
There you go. You've been trying to get me. You've been trying to get me on to him for a while. I don't know. I'll check him. I've seen.
I sold you on Warhorse. I'm gonna sell you on Dan.
I'll check him out. All right, this group here is they're already kind of formed now.
Yeah.
But I call them La Sindicato.
I love it.
Syndicate. La Sindicato.
That's bad.
Andrade is my leader.
Of course.
Andrade is my leader.
I'm already sold.
Garza, he's already with him. He's smooth as hell. I really like Andrade Garza. Not Andrade Garza, but
Angel Garza. Oh, Angel Garza.
Angel, yeah, my bad.
He just pants off in the middle of the match.
Yeah.
It's one of those great gimmicks where you're just like, we're gonna cheer at some point, and this is it.
Yeah. And so I got a tag team with them.
Okay.
I'm going with the Lucha Bros.
Oh, dude, that's
keep
awesome.
the Mexican theme going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tag team them four up together with Zelina Vega being their manager / female wrestler.
Dude, it's perfect.
I think that'll be all right. La Sindicato. Yeah.
Man, I did that, man. Especially see Pentagon Jr. hanging out with Andrade would just be really neat.
That would be cool.
I would love to see a match between them. Like that would be like the rising action of like Andrade gets the belt.
I mean, they got to break up eventually, so yeah, those matches it will happen.
I would love. Oh man, that would be.
Sure.
I really want to see that match now.
Yeah.
That's the loveliness of wrestling. You can just sit there going, man, I want to see that match. Fantasy booking.
Fantasy booking, and that's what it's all about. It's fun, fantasy, fun.
I got a new group for you. I got a group.
All right, what you got?
I got a new 4 horsemen.
Okay.
Not that we need a new 4 horsemen. AEW seems to be booking that way of going, here's a modern day 4 horsemen, and I don't think you need them. You know, I mean, they've done their time. It's great. It'd be cool. I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool. I'm just saying you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to do it, here's how you do it. You start with the management of Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard taking on the J.J. Dillon role.
Yeah.
You know, they just handle the horsemen.
Yeah.
Because they need to handle the greatness that is Cody Rhodes as Ric Flair, bleached blonde hair, limousine riding, beautiful Brandy Rhodes on his arm, Pharaoh the dog, the Rolex watch, the jet plane, starring on TV shows. He's a star. He is the Ric Flair heir apparent. And what's even better is he's Dusty Rhodes' son. I mean, it's like your arch enemy took your son as his apprentice and turned him against you in all ways. It's It's so cool. So that's my Ric Flair. That's my nature boy of the New Horseman. Is Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
My new enforcer, because you got to have an enforcer.
Got to have an enforcer.
Tessa Blanchard. She is muscle, man. She's the first female world champion at to win the heavyweight title, not the women's title.
No, the heavyweight title.
And I think she's the first woman to ever win like a major company's world title.
That's impressive.
I mean, she has the legacy. She has the skill.
I can't wait till she comes back. I can't wait till she gets signs. Yeah.
It would just work. And then you max that up with the perfect tag team of FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. They're the greatest tag team ever. Ever of all time.
They're close to it for sure.
FTR, and I'm gonna say that every episode probably.
Okay.
You ever mentioned FTR?
And I'm not really even gonna argue with it. It's just, you know what I mean.
But yeah,
I love the Road Warriors so much, but FTR, good God, they are so damn good.
The ring psychology that FTR brings, the promo skills FTR brings, they are. And to be two guys who did not know each other, who were told, you
just kind of thrown together by Dusty. But Dusty's a genius, though.
Dusty Rhodes is a genius of wrestling. You know, FTR was the last gift, Dusty Davis.
There you go.
So yeah, that is my modern 4 horsemen would be Cody Rhodes, Tessa Blanchard, FTR with the management of Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Brandy Rhodes.
Okay, I like it.
That is my 4 horsemen.
I'm gonna just throw together this is kind of out of the blue, just to throw together a 4 horsemen.
Okay.
I want MJF to be I want Charlotte Flair to be the leader of it. She's got to be my leader.
Oh yeah,
she's got to be my leader. MJF wouldn't accept being a number 2. He can't be a number 2.
No.
So somebody to, you know what I mean, kind of be an enforcer, but I'll go with Sean Spears. I like what he's doing.
Probably will end up in that role in AEW.
Yeah, and since we've thrown FTR out a couple of times, I'll go with the Good Brothers as the tag team.
Oh hell yeah, man!
You know what I'm saying? I'll go with the Good Brothers as the tag team.
Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows in there. That'd be badass for that. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with Charlotte, Sean Spears, and the Good Brothers as a modern day 4 horsemen.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's just an extra one just to throw out there. But I guess to tie it all together, you want to get to your favorite?
I think we should get so I know I have a super face group. You're a heel guy, so I know you have
I have an ultimate heel group.
So I think that's the big challenge. I think it's your ultimate heel group versus my ultimate face group right now. What is it? What do you got?
All right. So my group is called POD. Pain on Delivery. All right? Pain on Delivery.
That's badass.
Check it out.
I can see the T-shirts now, you know?
So sweet. Bobby Lashley.
Oh, badass. Yeah.
Brian Cage, my number 2. Just the juxtaposition of those. Bobby Lashley, just big, massive. Brian Cage is huge, but he's athletic.
He's athletic. Dude, he's freakishly athletic. The all out. Cena Barry proved that. Hitting spot after spot. That was like impressive.
Yeah. Got to have a tag team with him, right?
Absolutely.
Pain on Delivery. Let's go with the Authors of Pain as the tag team.
Oh, dude, that group is huge.
You know, it's disgusting, but it's not over.
There's no.
We have a woman. We have a female.
You got to.
Nyla Rose. Done.
The native.
Done.
Oh,
the native
dude.
beast.
Done. So it's Bobby Lashley, Brian Cage, Authors of Pain, Nyla Rose, and it.
But we have a manager. Taz
manages?
Done. Nobody's stopping them. Nobody's stopping that.
My favorite thing is like I got immediately get that.
Nobody's stopping that.
Of like little Taz in a suit.
Yeah.
Like
everybody else,
like Bobby Lashley and like Brian Cage, and you have 2 members of Authors of Pain on their side, and then Nyla Rose behind Taz.
Yeah.
Pain on Delivery.
It's great. Great.
Oh, dude, that is. I'm upset we're not.
Yeah, that's my ultimate heel group. I was Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar. It was one of them two, but
I like Bobby Lashley.
Out of the scene, I'm going with Bobby.
I like Bobby Lashley a lot more on that. Yeah. Honestly, man, I think he pairs so much better with Brian Cage. I did see them a wonderful tag run.
Definitely.
You know. All right, so
that's my heel group. Who you got?
That's your heels. All right, here are the faces to take on that heel group. All right, I call them the Super Friends.
And Friends is in the title. Let me get
Yeah,
okay.
And we kick this off with our leader, Bayley. Happy-go-lucky face Bayley with her pigtail to the side and the wacky waving inflatable arm 2 men falling into the ring.
Of course.
Bayley, the hugger is back.
I like it.
And
I like it.
Well, I mean, if Friends is in the title, you know who she teams with. The best friends, Trent and Chuck.
Perfect.
They hug.
That's
the hugger.
Perfect.
Can you just imagine all of them just hugging, like the wide shot pan out.
And the wide shot of all of them.
And if you got the best friends, you have Orange Cassidy.
You got OC with them.
And I mean, just like Bayley, just half-hearted, like thumbs up with Orange Cassidy would be so cool. I would just love it, man. And so I teamed up because you need some muscle. These are all kind of like, they're all tough, but you need that like one intimidating person to help them out.
Okay.
Team them up with the big old smiling Keith Lee. I would love Keith Lee in that group.
That's perfect.
And I have an idea for a manager. It's not a manager in the traditional sense, though.
Okay.
So AEW's booking this thing where the best friends are being driven to the ring by Trent's mom in their minivan. So I want to go one step further with this, and I want to make the manager Mrs. Trent's mom.
Hell.
You know when you're a kid and you're like a really little kid. You know what I mean.
Hell yeah. Little kid getting dropped off.
You don't know your
friend's house. Oh man.
You notice Mr. or Mrs. So it'd be like, here, Mrs. Trent's mom. Thanks, mom. And like, so she would drive them all to the ring in the minivan. Yeah. He would hop out of the minivan and open the door, and they would all file out to the ring. He would give them like, I
the last one.
She would give them a juice box and an orange wedge.
Yes. Gotta have orange slices.
Have fun.
Gotta have orange slices.
And it would just be this thing of like, thanks, Mrs. Trent's mom. Thanks, Mrs. Trent's mom. And I mean, that's my.
I love it.
Dude, that's my super friends. You have Bayley, who I love Bayley. She's one of my favorite female wrestlers. Such an endearing character. I love her heel work. She's an amazing heel. She's just great. I mean, she can play.
She's good. She's really good.
Either role. I would love.
That's a good group, man. That's a good group. I'm
actually upset we can't see our two groups fight. Is there actually?
No, that would be some good matches.
I mean, think about it. Bayley versus Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
Dude, who would win that? I mean, Bayley would have the underdog.
She should be the underdog kind of thing, but she could.
Nyla Rose is has the strength to back it up.
Yeah.
Best Friends versus Author of Pain would be a lot of fun to watch.
Right.
Keith, oh man,
this is fun, man.
Where would you throw Keith Lee, man? Against Bobby Lashley or Brian Cage?
Ooh, I throw Keith Lee against Brian Cage, and Bobby Lashley against Orange Cassidy.
Oh,
just for those that juxtaposition.
Like you said, man, Brian Cage is as athletic, and so's Keith Lee, man. Two guys of that size who can move like they can would make a great match. And then,
man, this was fun, man.
Dude, this is great.
This was so much fun. This is a good episode.
Wrestling's all about.
For sure. We don't know. We haven't talked about what we're gonna talk about next, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll tweet it out or whatever, and then let everybody know what's up.
Hey, you know what? Like, comment, share, but give us your comments on what you would like to see us list. What are your favorite? What are pay-per-view events? Match stipulations. Favorite foreign objects. I've never seen that top list before.
That's a good one. That's a good list right there. That might be next.
I think we'll
figure it out.
Match.
Definitely, that's cool.
What's your favorite piece of plunder, as the American Dream would say?
That's awesome. But yeah, thank y'all for joining us. We'll do it again next week.
Thanks for talking.
We'll do it next time on F'N Wrasslings, y'all.
Yes.
F'N Wrasslings. We put the F back in wrestling.
Elbow drops and lariats from the top rope. You can't cope. The F'N Wrasslings podcast in the house. Now that's dope. Starcade and SummerSlam all rolled into one. Drop kick, sleeper holes. 1, 2, 3, done. Whole mics like Mean Gene or Gordon Soley. I'm Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with that Crockett trophy. So listen closely as we approach the final hour in an instant. Hands raised, crowds phase without the time limit. F'N Wrasslings podcast with that ultimate finish. Suplex, now you end it. Yes!